All right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Pokemon, and today we finally got the news that we've been waiting for. Very good news, in my opinion, that the sale of Metazoo was approved. So the previous buyer that we discussed, Metazoo Enterprises, which was signed for by Charlie Herlocker, that sale has gone through. So what we saw was the offer, the $2,050,000 offer, which he paid a 10% deposit of upfront. So 200 grand upfront cash deposit. And so what that was the original offer, and now the judge has officially approved the sale. So that is going through, it's happening, and again, the buyer is Metazoo Enterprises LLC, which I believe was just an LLC created for this purchase, and again, that was signed for by Charlie Herlocker. But the sale is through, it's finalized, and with this document that came out today, it essentially gave them the rights to sell all the product free and clear of all the liens. It gave them the right to even procure product that's maybe not even mentioned in the inventory list. If they can figure out other places that product exists, it gives them access to that. The other thing, too, is this is going to happen pretty quickly. I believe it was either a week or 10 days. Once this thing is closed, all the product has to be turned over and everything goes over to the new owner. So this isn't going to be like a long, drawn-out process. This transfer should happen relatively quickly, which I think is good. The other thing, too, I was curious about this part. It might mean nothing. It could just be some legal jargon and just phrased kind of weird. But I saw this part, and it made me kind of curious. So look at this part of the agreement that came out today, or the order that came out today. So Section J says purchaser does not constitute a successor to the debtor or the estate. The sale of the assets does not amount to a consolidation, merger, or de facto merger of purchaser and the debtor or debtor estate. Purchaser is not a merely a continuation of the debtor or the estate. There is no substantial continuity between the purchaser and the debtor or the estate. There is no continuity of enterprise between the purchaser and the debtor. So I thought that part was interesting, and it might just be in there to say there's no more business to conclude between the original Metazoo and Metazoo Enterprises. But the wording of it, the continuity part of it, does that mean that this is not expected to be a revived version of Metazoo? Does that mean this is not expected to be a continuation of the brand and this was just a sale of the assets? But we saw in the original offer that it was for all the assets, all the IP, and seemingly the buyer can do whatever they want with that. So maybe I'm just reading too much into this, but I thought that Section J, just the way that it worded the continuity part of it, was interesting, because I'm assuming whoever's buying this isn't just buying it to sell the assets for dirt cheap on the secondary market. I'm assuming, kind of like what we talked about with the GameCubator Labs, maybe redeveloping, repurposing the IP, revamping the card game. Seems like a more likely scenario here. But I'm assuming, yeah, that they're not just buying this to sell the physical product. $2 million is a pretty high offer. I don't even think that the physical product that's left is worth that right now on the secondary market. So who knows? But it's good news. We finally got the news that we've been waiting for, and it looks like there is a silver lining here. There is some hope for Metazoo. There's light at the end of the tunnel, and this is the first big step towards that. So the bankruptcy process is now officially over, and then I guess the process now of closing begins, where they get all the legal stuff figured out as far as getting the product over to the new buyer, getting the sale finalized. But it's pretty much done now. The bankruptcy is pretty much over. There is a new buyer. The buyer now owns it. The offer went through. The offer was approved. So now we'll see what the future holds, and I don't know what the next big date is that we need to look forward to as far as when the next update will get. I don't know if we're going to get like a public announcement from the buyer, a statement maybe on the Metazoo social media, because that was part of this sale, was Metazoo IG account and all that stuff. So maybe we see them post a statement on there. Who knows? But this is the first big step into Metazoo potentially continuing on. So the deal is done. It's approved. and I'm very curious to hear what you guys think about it in the comments down below. Also, I wanted to mention, on my eBay right now, I've got some charity auctions up. One of them is for an uncut sheet of my promo card with LawCalTCG. I'm going to show you guys that here right now. So this is the uncut sheet here. This is the one that's up on my eBay right now. Again, 100% of the proceeds from this auction goes to charity. There's only 5 of these uncut sheets ever created. We've got 4 more on the way. There's a little crease in the bottom of this, if you can see it where my pinky is here. So what I'm going to do is, whoever wins this auction, we're going to get the 4 new ones that weren't bent, because these were all damaged in shipping on that same little spot in the corner, because they came all the way from China. But we got 4 replacements coming, so my commitment to the buyer, whoever wins this on eBay, if you win, when I get the replacement, I will send you the unbent replacement as well. So you'll get 2 with this auction. But again, 100% to charity. It's the local branch of the SCPA, so an animal shelter charity. And there's also a single copy of my serialized promo cards up on there. But this is the uncut sheet. I think it's pretty cool. There's the back of it. So yeah, that's going to wrap it up for the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Nick Strength and Pokemon signing out.